What is up, Great Canadian Ape family? We are the Great Canadian Apes. My name is James Marin.
Jim Marin.
And we are not financial advisors, so take everything we say with a grain of salt. And without further ado, let's get into the video. So we're looking at highlights for Prog, December 15th. Fed Reserve announcement is that they will wait to raise interest rates until maximum employment is achieved. SPY, NASDAQ, Prog prices reacted positively to the news. Any bad news was already factored into the prices. Ortex, Fintel data, including short squeeze leaderboard and short data. Monthly options, December 17th, 99% of the calls were out of the money if price is less than $250 this Friday. Watch for hedge funds to try to keep price under $250 with increased shorting, naked shorting, synthetic shares. They can do it all.
Yeah, that's it.
It's
because
just like
they are
waving
the
a wand,
market
right?
makers. Oh no, they're the market manipulators.
Prog is still looking good. Long term, not financial advice.
Okay, so yesterday we went through this where we had a direct word back from Ortex saying that this $90 million worth of shares can be sold at any time, and we're not going to know until mid-February. Now, when AMC had this opportunity to be able to raise funds while prices were high, they did it in a second, and most companies would. Most companies in need of money, an R&D company is always in need of money, before their, mergers and acquisitions and products go to market. They're in a place where they're spending money. Mm-hmm. So they need money.
Yeah.
And so while it was up there at the 5s and the 4s and that sort of thing, I would say almost immediately they would have sold. And we're not going to know until February.
Today's price action, look ahead for the rest of the week. Fed reports on potential rising of interest rates came out today. Interest rates will not rise immediately. They will wait to increase until employment numbers are at maximum levels. Throughout week, watch for market makers, market manipulators to target price to be lower than $250 based off of upcoming monthly options expiring on Friday, which occurred throughout the day. S&P cuts losses, trades higher after Fed decision. U.S. market cut their losses and moved higher on Wednesday as the market got past one of the big uncertainties heading into the year end. The Federal Reserve signaled a more aggressive unwinding of its monthly bond buying as expected by the market and forecast multiple rate hikes on the way next year. But nothing for this year, so...
Yeah, they already, built that in.
Yep.
And so right after that announcement, even though it's interest rates are going to be going up over the next year.
The S&P rose 0.5%, while the tech-heavy NASDAQ composite went up 0.4%. Dow Jones Industrial Average added 160 points. All three were in negative territory for the day before the central bank decision.
Yeah, and Prog follows suit.
Yep.
And so to be able to take a look at the price action. So we see here let's put up the SPY versus Prog, and to be able to go see the entire day. We do see that in the morning, both the SPY and Prog came out and went down almost immediately. Mm-hmm. Then we had consolidation, and for Prog, we had consolidation right at about that 233 level. It provided support many times during the year. We got a couple boom candles going on here, James.
We do.
We got the 259, 260, and we saw right at 2 o'clock. Immediately at 2 o'clock, boom, right there, 159 came out. Was watching it on the news here, and they were able to, with the summary rate that was announced right at 2 o'clock, we knew that any adverse news coming from the Fed, it wasn't much.
Yep.
And we already built this into our price. There was a couple days there where Prog started out, went up 10-15% right out of the gate, and then all of a sudden the Fed comes on, all doom and gloom, and it fell right back down.
Yep.
And so that certainly was built into the price, and then here we go, we see it really healthy, doing well. Similarly, for the NASDAQ, when we take a look at the NASDAQ and the Prog here as well, and then, of course, we're doing well. We're going 260, right? And
jeez, I almost bought some at 234.
I know. Oh,
that bites.
Yeah. Unfortunately, what you might have in your back pocket is these freaking hedgies. and knowing that Friday comes and they can seriously do damage to the price in the short term. Not in the long term, not in the merger and acquisitions, not with the preeclampsia, not everything else coming out, but in the short term they can. So here we have the day again. We were under the 50 and 200, pretty much right up until that 2 o'clock. And then right at that 2 o'clock, boom, we're over it and we're rising. So Progenity is following the SPY and NASDAQ. So thinking for tomorrow, we are seeing that level of resistance at 250 now that we're above it. It could be a support, but the hedgies are going to try it for the 250 anyway. We did see the level of support at 233. Now, once we start moving up, as we are right now, then the past levels of resistance to watch out for was at 270, 287, and $3. Levels to watch on the downside, $2.25 and $2.
All right, so today on the European market in Germany, down 1.83%. Previous close of 218 euros, open at 218, high of 224, low of 214, and closed at 214, which is 241 USD.
The options this Friday, they're going to be gunning for the 250 strike because they've got 850,000 calls and puts at that price. If we got real lucky and we start getting into the next level, then we could start seeing, some potential gamma. But we've been down this road before, and I'm not banking on it myself.
Yeah.
What I'm banking on is the hedgies to do illegal acts again and keep it down so that they can get 99% of the calls in. Again, they can control it, I believe, in the short term, not in the long term.
So future price targets, not financial advice. Price target will stay above the $2 level, even through dips.
You saw that today.
Short term, $2 to $4 until major announcement of products going to market or partnership, merger and acquisition. Longer term, $8 to $30 once products, example, Precludia, go to the market and or partnership, merger and acquisition.
Taking a look at the Ortex data. The short interest change went down. That would have been reflective of Monday. And so it went down by 4%. Board shares, 0.8 million. Return shares, 2 million. Again, you've got the two different camps for why we might have return shares. We might have had return shares from Ethereum versus the Citadels and the rest of them could still be trying to short this stock. Utilization is high at 99.8%. Average is 38%. Days to cover still at the 0.36 level, so very easy for the shorties to manipulate. Shares on loan, 29 million, up 9% from last week. Percent free float on loan, 27.66, which is up almost 10% from last week. An 83% increase in the short interest percent of free float, up over that magic level of 20%.
Yep.
Up over the 20, and so
Exchange
that's
reported
80.
short interest. So corresponding to that is 18 million, which is a 7.5% change.
Awesome. For Fintel, short interest is at the 18.1 million. Days to cover, they have it at over 1 day now. So that could be making it harder for the shorties. 17% short interest percent of the float. Dark pool short volume, 6.3 million, with the dark pool short volume ratio just under the 50% range, which is more than double what it should be. Short squeeze score, we're getting up. We got 83.61 for 60th out of 54.42, so it's still quite up there. The share availability, 550,000, so there is some available for them to short. The 32% average rate, and the yellow candles are gone, and I don't know how, and
Hasn't updated in like a month.
but this, yes,
That's what I'm saying.
yes, funds disclosing short positions. Yeah, they're not disclosing anything, the bastards.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Citadels and everybody, the Sabbies, the Group 1s, Wolverine, Hap, Simplex, Cutlers, Jane Streets. But these
Jeez.
ones are huge. They're like $250 million.
I know.
How big is friggin' Citadel? Here, let's take a quick look at Citadel. Okay, look at them. Look at this. You think that this is all hurting them? This is where they were a year ago. This is where they are now. A year ago, they were at $250 billion, so 250 billion in reported portfolio value. Now they're just almost at $500 billion. They love putting these options out.
Jeez.
They love making all that money, right? Portfolio value, $500 billion. So that's why I'm saying I wish we could do something about the illegal activities that they do, but the only thing that can be done is through the SEC, through the investigation.
And the SEC is corrupt, so they're not going to do anything anyways.
Hey, they got a golf date in the Bahamas next week for Christmas. Right? They're not going to do a damn thing.
No.
And so they're just going to let this happen.
Yeah.
Until, but if the Department of Justice comes up and we, as strong apes acting together, say this crap, yeah, this week you can do it, but you're not going to continue to doing this, Kenny Griffin, you little shit. Anyway,
I wouldn't even say this week. You know what? They shouldn't be able to control it at all. That's kind of bullshit.
I know they shouldn't be able to do it. Absolutely. But, until hopefully that Department of Justice, the U.S. Department of Justice, they get jail time for this. Love to see Kenny behind bars. I'm sorry, Kenny, but you're just a piece of work.
So thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, we are the Great Canadian Apes. If you liked the video, please like, subscribe, comment, share with your friends, share on Twitter, Reddit, share with your family, with your grandmother, with your uncle. Anyways, thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
We'll drop down in the description box below some Reddit servers to Progendi and our Twitter, and you guys can check that out. And until next time.
And right before we go, we got to check the price. What time is it, James, right now?
It is 3:43.
3:43, so 17 minutes to close. We had a great push up there. We're definitely in the green. We had a new high. It was 262. And right now we're trading at 259. So let's go, Proggy.
Let's go.
Woo!